All right, so today we're going to jump right into a really beautiful and kind of bittersweet poem by Carolyn Duffy. It's called Before You Were Mine, and it's all about memory, motherhood, and, those secret lives our parents had before we showed up. So let me ask you something and be honest. Have you ever really thought about who your parents were before they were your parents? Like, what were they actually like? That one question? Well, that's the engine driving this entire poem. Okay, so the whole thing kicks off with an old photograph. You know the kind. The speaker's looking at this picture and suddenly, whoosh, she's pulled back in time. She's imagining this moment from her mom's youth, a whole 10 years before she was even a thought. So let's dive into that world. What did it look like? Well, the first part of the poem paints this amazing picture of her mother. Not as a mom, but as this young woman just buzzing with life, laughter, and this feeling that anything was possible. And Duffy does something brilliant here to make it feel so real. She uses actual names, Maggie McGeaney and Jean Duff. It just grounds the memory, It feels authentic. And that word, laugh, it immediately tells you everything you need to know about her mom's personality back then. She's fun, she's carefree, she's got her crew. And you can just feel the energy jumping off the page. I mean, they're not just giggling. They're bent over shrieking with laughter. This is pure, unfiltered joy. It's loud, it's messy, and it's completely free from all the responsibilities that are waiting just around the corner. And this phrase is just perfect. Fizzy movie tomorrows. Fizzy gives you that sense of bubbly excitement, right? Like a bottle of pop about to explode. And movie tomorrows, it's like her future felt huge, cinematic, full of all the glamour and adventures she was seeing at the pictures. Just a perfect little capsule of what it feels like to be young and hopeful. And then this. Just one word. A full stop. Marilyn. The whole poem just stops for a second, and you have to stop with it. The speaker sees her mom in that polka dot dress, and boom, the connection is made to the biggest icon of the era, Marilyn Monroe. It's just pure awe. But here's why that's so clever. It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, yeah, it makes her mom seem like this glamorous, dazzling Hollywood star. But think about it. Marilyn Monroe is also a tragic figure, right? So it subtly suggests that her mom's own dazzling, carefree youth was also kind of cut short, in this case, by becoming a mother. Okay, so all of this is building up to a massive turning point. We have this vibrant, amazing picture of her mother's life, and then the speaker drops the event that changes it all, her own birth. And the poem is so direct about it, so blunt. I'm not here yet. The thought of me doesn't occur. It's like drawing a massive line in the sand. On one side, you have her mom's independent life, friends, dancing, all of it. On the other side is the future where the speaker exists. It's just hammering home that her mom was a whole person, completely her own, before she ever became mom. And this is where it all shifts. The speaker's arrival isn't some sweet, quiet moment. Nope. It's a loud, possessive yell. That wording is so important. It frames her birth as an act of taking over, of ownership. It demanded everything from her mother and slammed the door on that era of freedom. And that little at the end, it feels like this quiet, knowing question to her mom, full of love, but also a little bit of guilt. Yeah, that word possessive is everything. It's not just that babies need attention, of course they do, but in the world of this poem, it means something more. It's like the speaker is saying, I claimed you. I took over your life and ended the freedom of that girl laughing on the street corner. So what happens after that yell? This brings us to the aftermath. We're going to look at how the speaker sees her mother in the years that followed. And, well, it's a really stark, almost painful contrast to that vibrant girl we met at the beginning. This really shows you the heart of the poem's contrast. Just look at the words. Before the yell, everything is about light and light. You get sparkle, waltz, the fun of a polka dot dress. And then after, the language totally shifts. It becomes about decay, about loss. We get ghost clatters, relics, the wrong pavement. It's a complete flip. Let's dig into that for a second. Ghost. I mean, wow, that's a heavy word. It's like her mother is now just a shadow, a pale imitation of that vibrant girl she used to be. And clattering, think about how different that is from waltz. A waltz is graceful and elegant. Clattering is clumsy, noisy, awkward. All that glamour, it's gone. And this line just hammers it home. Those high-heeled red shoes, which should be symbols of passion and dancing and fun, they're now relics. It's like they're ancient artifacts sitting in a museum. They belong to a whole different time, a life that's over. You can look at them, but you can't live in them anymore. But here's the thing, and this is so important. The poem doesn't just end on this sad note. Not at all. The final part shows us that even with this feeling of loss, the speaker's love, her memory, it actually keeps the spirit of that young woman alive. She's not totally gone. And I absolutely love this part. Out of nowhere, we get this burst of energy, cha-cha-cha. It's proof that fun-loving, maybe a little rebellious spirit, it's still in there. The fact that she's teaching her daughter these dance steps right after Mass, no less, shows that spark is still alive. And it also tells us they have this really close, playful relationship. The imagery here is just incredible. Stamping stars, that immediately makes you think of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, right? It brings back that whole Marilyn glamour thing. But here's the twist. She's doing it on the wrong pavement. It's a hint that maybe her life didn't turn out to be the big movie she'd hoped for. But even so, even on the wrong path, she can still make her own magic, stamp her own stars. And really, what it all boils down to is this incredible sense of longing. The speaker doesn't just admire her mom from a distance. She says she wanted that girl, that bold, winking, confident girl from the photograph. It's just this pure, heartfelt admiration for the person her mother was before life and responsibility changed things. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, this poem is just a gorgeous look at that super complex bond between a mother and daughter. It really grapples with the tough idea that becoming a parent sometimes means giving up a piece of who you were. But, and this is the beautiful part, it shows that memory and love can keep that person alive forever. It's this perfect storm of love, a little guilt, and a whole lot of nostalgia. And that brings us right back to where we started, with the title. That final line just ties it all together perfectly. In the speaker's mind, her memory is this magical place where her mom is always young, always free, always sparkling and waltzing and laughing. It's the time before she was mine. It's such a bittersweet, beautiful tribute to a life and to a love that clearly endures.